Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're doing a quick, easy, and delicious breakfast. Now, I don't know about you guys, but granola is probably my personal favorite. So that's what we're doing today. Sugar-free, dairy-free, and pretty healthy granola. To begin, we are going to start with 2 cups oats. I already added into my bowl, but I use the quick cooking rolled oats. You can use regular rolled oats. It's up to you. I don't like using those because they're bigger and they don't cook as well. Okay, so next we are going to add 4 tablespoons of sesame seeds. This is what they look like. It's not a very common thing to use. You can use any other seeds actually, but like sunflower. You could probably even use pumpkin. Just any smaller seeds. Was that 4? I don't know. We'll add one more. It's not gonna hurt anything. And then, yeah. So it doesn't really matter. Any seeds work. This is all we have in our house today, so that's what it is. Okay. Next, we are going to add 1 cup of chopped almonds. This is probably the hardest part of this. This is why I don't make this very often, but I hate chopping almonds. I don't know about you guys, but it's you could probably buy the sliced almonds and those would be fine, but I like chopping ours, plus we have really fresh ones so they come whole and whatever. So 1 cup chopped almonds, and then we're going to add a pinch of cinnamon, and my recipe calls for nutmeg, but I don't have nutmeg, so I'm adding allspice, which should have nutmeg in it. So we're gonna do a pinch of each. Oh, that's a little too much. And feel free to do more, honestly, if or less, or you don't have to add any. It's just to give it some spice. Ooh, that smells so good. And then cinnamon. Come on. Ha. I don't know about you guys, but we love cinnamon and spice in our family. So, okay. And next we are going to add 1 pinch sea salt. And mix it up. And yeah, if you're thinking that's it, is that it for the dry ingredients? Yeah, that's it. It's plain old simple granola. It's really simple and yummy, and just really, really yummy. Okay, wipe our hands off. Alrighty, so next for the excuse me, wet ingredients. So my recipe calls for a 1/4 cup of peanut butter. Now we don't have that. We have this. So I'm going to do a little bit of mixing and matching today. You can really use whatever nut butter you like. Actually, it's really preference-wise, I think. But I'm just mixing mine together because I don't have very much of anything. So I'm just adding my peanut butter into my measuring cup, and then my almond butter I'm gonna add, and I have a feeling that won't be enough either, so I have some hazelnut butter here that should finish it off. But whatever preference-wise you want. Okay, so after you measure out your butter, you want to add it into a small little Tupperware that you can put on the stove, because we're going to be warming this up, believe it or not. And then next we're going to add 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. Where did my tablespoon go? Oh, there we go. 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. Yum. Treat for the chef. And then next we're going to add, 3 tablespoons. Sorry, my mind just remembered, but it doesn't really matter. We're gonna add 2 or 3 tablespoons of brown rice syrup. So totally you want 5 tablespoons of some sort of sweetener / liquid. Now you don't have to use brown rice syrup. I'm using this. It's called Sweet Cloud. You could probably use honey or like I don't even know. Like I've never used anything else. You can even just use maple syrup. And then we're going to do, since we did 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, we're going to do 3 tablespoons of brown rice syrup. Yum. Sweet heaven. Yum. Alright. And now we are going to just heat it on the stove and melt it up. So you want everything to just come together and be all nice and mushy. So we're gonna fold it into our dry ingredients. Alrighty guys, so melt it up. Alrighty, so once you have your sweeteners and your nut butters melted, this is what it should look like. Just, oopsie, that went in the bowl already, but just kind of smooth. It just should be like a liquid with sweetener and nut butter. I don't know how else to explain it. But yeah, we're gonna pour it in the bowl. And you wanna make sure when you're melting it, you wanna make sure that you steer it, because then it's gonna burn on the bottom and lump up. And that's a no. Big no, actually. So, and little tip, once you're done making your granola, look at this, it's heaven. Okay, so we're going to mix it in. You can use your hands or a spoon. I'm just using the spoon I used to melt the butter. Ooh, hot. It's hot, guys. Be careful. Hot. Oof. Hot. Just mixing it up. You want every part to get to that liquid. Otherwise, it's not going to cook. Otherwise, it's just going to stay raw oats. And that's not what we want. So just really make sure you mix it up in well. Okay, cooled off a little bit. Whew. Once it cooled off, you can go in with your hands just to make sure it's gotten everywhere. It's also pretty sticky, so that might be a little bit harder to clean. My hands are already kind of dirty. No. Oopsie. Mix it really, really well. Oh guys, and I forgot to mention in the beginning, and I didn't do this, my bad. Your oven should be preheating at 400 Fahrenheit, which is, I don't know what Celsius, but it's 400 Fahrenheit. Let's preheat this now. Okay, so we might have to wait a bit for that to preheat actually, but because this is basically ready to go in the oven. Just mix it in. Okay, just gonna go in with my hands now. Make sure every little bit is really mixed in. Yeah, and it should be like this sticky kind of falling apart texture. See, you should be able to like brush it off, but it should be sticky. So that's your consistency. Oopsie, that's spot on. So wipe your hands off or wash them off. I personally don't like to wash off this heaven granola, but let's wash our hands now, guys. Woo. Alrighty, so once your granola is all mixed up, grab a pan. Just plain old pan. Standard size, I think it's like, mine's 13 inch by 9 inch. You could probably go bigger, like 10 by 14 or whatever is good for you. And now we're going to grab our parchment paper. Come to me, parchment paper. And measure it out. And cut it. Okay. Stick it in. And just dump it in the bowl. In the pan. Oh wow, that came out so almost perfectly. This is all I have left. Okay, so just scrape it out, and then once you put it in the bowl, I'm sorry, not in the bowl, in the baking pan. Once you add it in the baking pan, just make it like a thin, even, well, not thin, well, depending on the size of your baking sheet. It could be thin, it could not be thin, but just make an even layer spread out with the granola. So just kind of spread it out. Ooh, mine's not thin at all, actually. Okay, now, if you guys would like, you can put raisins now. I personally don't like to because they burn in the oven, so I add them at the last couple minutes of cooking so that they're just cooked in, but they're not burnt. If you guys want to add them now, you can add 1/4 of a cup, or as much as you want, but that is my recipe. So, that's it. Just wait for the oven, and once the oven is preheated, I'll see you again. Okay, guys. Alrighty, so my oven is preheated, and I'm going to stick my granola in now. It's gonna go in for about 25 minutes or until kind of golden brown. Halfway through, I like to just mix it up a little bit so the top doesn't completely brown and then the other under is just mush kind of. So I'm gonna stick it in for 25 minutes, and halfway through we'll mix it. Alrighty, so my granola is halfway through, so let's check it. Alrighty, let's grab our spoon. You can also use chopsticks or something, but I'm just gonna use a spoon, a couple of gloves because the oven's hot. Ooh, that's looking good. You guys tell me what you think. Looking good? Yeah. I'd agree. Okie dokie. So now we're just gonna mix it up a bit. It's still pretty soft. Yours is probably still pretty soft too. It hasn't gotten its crunch yet. It's golden, yes. It's actually starting to turn color, so that's good. That means it's cooking. Okay, so we are now going to just let it cook. You can check it again, another halfway through, which would be a quarter technically through, but it's really up to you. I might check it, mix it 4 minutes before it's done. So yeah, it's really up to you, and I would recommend adding your raisins if you haven't yet, or if you are planning on 3 minutes before, or what was that? My oven made a weird noise. Okay, probably 3 minutes before. So yeah, we'll see you guys with that yummy granola. Alrighty guys, so I think mine is done. So it should be dark, golden brown. Mine started to, not burn, but darken a little too much on the edges, so I'm mixing it up. So yeah, and I'm gonna take mine out. Oopsie, let's turn off our stove. Off. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. Okay, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.